I think as a leader in your business, you've got some level of obligation to drive these people. And if you are casual and you're just like, well, like, you know, it's okay, we're making money, we're profitable. And I think that's not a good leader, because you're actually not allowing these people to live up to their potential because you won't lead them. And some people need to be led, you know, and some people need to be driven. And some people need that level of guidance. And I feel like you're failing as a leader if you don't maximize people's potential.
If you have an opportunity, just a bit of kindness going around the world wouldn't go astray.
So what are you going to do?
Myself?
Yeah.
I think it's just being a little bit more aware of my surroundings and just being a little bit nicer. But a little kinder to people. You know, some people need that shit in their life. You got rid of Instagram, I hear. You deactivated your account, you shut everything down.
No, I didn't. I'm still very much alive to all the Instagram followers. Posts are going out, comments are getting replied to.
Shit's still happening.
People, yeah. You DM me, I'll respond. I just don't have an app. I don't have Instagram on my phone anymore.
Interesting for a digital creator such as yourself. Do you know what I mean? I could understand a lot of other people doing that, but you, that is your livelihood. Do you know what I mean? The social media aspect.
But rule number 1, don't get high on your own supply. Fuck. You know?
Heard it here first.
The crack dealer doesn't smoke crack.
Yeah.
The social media guy doesn't spend time on social.
Doesn't consume, creates.
Yeah. We're not, don't get high on your own supply, guys.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
I want to know what's it going to take to get you to come have a nice bath with me in the mornings? What's it going to take?
I mean, it sounds a little bit gay when you say it like that.
It's not though.
It's not. Okay, good.
It's sick.
As long as we don't make eye contact.
Nah, look down. Just stare at the ground. Nah, but seriously though, just signed up to this recovery place and they've got...
I've literally got no excuse. It's
it is literally across the road from you. And dude, you could do it and roll straight into the office.
Damn straight.
They're open.
I'll go to the gym and then I'll go there and then I'll come to the office.
What, were you here at 6:30 when you were messaging me this morning?
No, I was at the gym.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I was there.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. How good.
I didn't think that you were over here.
I would have been. If it was a normal day, I would have been here.
Yeah,
I've been here at 5:30, 6 o'clock every day this week.
That thought about the accountant crossed my mind while I was sitting in the sauna.
Oh, right.
Oh my God, it's the last day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that would be perfect. Anyway.
Oh, he's overseas, by the way. Dad. Back on Thursday.
Greece.
I don't know what the fuck he is. Whatever.
Is he Greek?
He's Greek.
Every Greek's in Greece right now.
They're either there or going there.
Yeah. Or just got back.
Just got back. Their summer's just beginning.
By the time this...
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Come on. Oh, you're still living in June?
I was walking down the street the other day, as you do.
Yeah.
And I was walking out of Coles to my car. It was early morning. And as I was walking to my car, there was a lady walking towards me.
Did you say out of Coles?
Yeah, out of Coles.
Yeah.
There was a lady walking towards me as I was walking towards my car. And she looks at me, makes eye contact, smiles, says, "Good morning." I'm like, "Good morning. Hope you're doing well." Then she kept walking her own way. Don't know who she was, nothing. And it made me stop and think for a second. I don't do that enough.
Say good morning to random people.
But you're just walking past another human being. Hey, how are you? Smile, look at them. I thought it was a really nice gesture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I just thought it was nice in the sense that, you know what, why wouldn't you say hello?
Yeah, I know, but if everyone started saying good morning to you in the morning, you'd be like...
You'd headbutt them.
Enough. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You're the 47th person to say good morning to me this morning. Beat it. I get it though.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But you know what it is that makes it nice?
What was it?
No one does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because everyone did it. You'd be like...
What if you were the one person... Yeah, no one does it. So what if you were the one person that did it all the time to everyone that you walk past? Morning. Good morning.
Then I wouldn't walk with you.
Good morning. Yeah, not with me.
Yeah, you just talking to everyone.
But you might make that one person's day.
Yeah. No, I do that. So actually, I do tend to, if I make eye contact with someone, I'll either, like if it's a female, I'll smile. And if it's a male, I'll, I'm just going to, like, give them the nod. Like the... Yeah. Well done, bro. Keep going.
Give it us. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. You're not going to kill me.
No, you're good.
Kill me.
Right,
good.
Yeah, we're in agreement. No debts. No debts. Yeah.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? You know the nod.
I know they're not.
Yeah. And then if they're kind of cool, you give them the other nod. Yeah.
I know.
It's
Women, it's very confusing. Don't bother just trying to understand it. You can just watch next time.
Speaking of women, I was actually quite surprised the other evening. I was doing just spending some time on the computer looking into the podcast stats and things like that and just reviewing the data.
Yep.
And I was quite surprised to find that 40% of our listeners are female.
Fantastic. Welcome. And I'm glad that you're here. Well, why wouldn't it? It's not specific to men. This isn't.
It's not. I was just
$1 Million Days man edition.
Yeah, that's
next week.
Okay. Call up Spotify. We're changing the name. No, I was very surprised.
Yeah,
are you surprised?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to say no because I think the content that we're teaching is and talking about also is relatable to anyone in business. It's not just specific to men. There are aspects of what we talk about that are specific to men. However, even those episodes, women can greatly benefit from. Like if you want to learn more about how we think and what we're doing and what our challenges are, what our problems are, like I think I even said it one day in a podcast where I go to them, said, women, go home, and you should do this again if you're listening to this for the first time or find that episode. Go home tonight or when your man gets home tonight and just tell him, hey, thank you. I appreciate everything you do for me. And you watch him.
Dude, do you know how many people messaged me from that episode? You just reminded me. Yeah, they messaged me and they're like, hey, George is bang on here.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was my idea.
But it's so true. You go, I'll tell you walk home, a man's had a hard day at work, whatever it is. If you just say to him, hey, I just want you to know that I appreciate everything you do for us. You watch, like it'll be like a weight has lifted off his chest. He'll feel so happy that will do more for him than any back rub, blowjob, or maybe not a blowjob, but it'll do a lot for him. All right. Second to that,
every guy's gonna start kicking.
That's right.
Yeah, you're like, so I was coming home to this, and now I'm coming home to thanks.
Yeah. So that was interesting. That happened to me during the week, and I wanted to share that today because I think if you have an opportunity, just a bit of kindness going around the world wouldn't go astray.
So what are you gonna do?
Myself?
Yeah.
I think it's just being a little bit more aware of my surroundings and just being a little bit nicer. Being a little kinder to people. Some people need that shit in their life.
Have you ever, when was the last time you were walking down the street and ran into someone you know?
I can't specifically remember.
That's exactly my point, right? Because have you pay attention to this, and you probably will now that I've brought it to your awareness, but you ever run into people you know and you see them in autopilot and it takes them a moment to see you and you see them and you're like, and they haven't seen you yet?
I'm that other person.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm the other person. Especially if I'm walking on my own. If I'm walking on my own, like I'm in the zone.
Dude, I've seen people where they're like, I know them really well and I'll see them and I'll be like they're so in their own automation, like they're just in autopilot in their own head, walking, like pacing. And then you're like, and then by the time they see you and you see like something come over them,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you see like hey,
it's like, hey, what's up?
It's like, and they're back.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, where were you before, dude? Like you're walking pretty fast. Do you know where you were going? And it's funny to say that because most people live their lives like that, dude.
I'm in that zone. I'm that person.
Why?
Because I'm always thinking about shit. It never stops. I feel my brain doesn't stop.
What? Imagine your brain stopped.
You know what I mean? Jesus.
Yeah. But your brain shouldn't stop. But you should also, being present is a skill. It's something you need to practice.
Yeah, I agree.
It is. It's presence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's like, I'm here now, right? I put up a post about this the other day saying like life is good. Like think about this right now. Nothing else matters. Yeah. Like life is fucking good, dude. Like this right now, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Everything you're worried about, you're thinking the past or you're thinking in the future. This is now, right now. Look around you.
Life is good.
Life is fucking good, dude. Like, fuck, dude, come on. Clean tap water, that should be more than enough. There's countries that still don't have that. You know, you got to remind yourself it's sad, but it's also a reason for you to be happy.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. When I say I'm in the zone, like when I'm aware in scenarios, in situations especially if I'm around people. But I say when I walk from here to get my lunch, I'll be thinking about stuff. I'll be thinking about, okay, I've got to go back to work. I've got to do this. I've got to do this. When I get back, I have to call this person. I have to process this one. I have to do that. So that's what I'm thinking. Oh, I should go here. That sort of thing. So I'm not necessarily looking at what's happening around me in my direct environment in that moment.
Yeah. So yeah, I reckon you should, because that.
What's the advantage of it?
Presence.
For what purpose?
Like several. One,
So if I see you across the road, I go, "Hey, Robby!"
Yeah, and I'll be like, no idea.
Don't know that guy.
No, I always like. I pay attention. I'm always paying attention. When you pay attention, you actually remember more stuff because you're paying attention.
Yep, I believe that.
Do you know what I mean?
I recently did a training, and it was around neuro-linguistics programming and communication and all that sort of stuff. And it's funny now, since doing that training, I've noticed language from people and how they talk and what they're saying. And the other day I was at my son's football training, and there was a couple of AFL footy players come down. I can't remember what their names were, but a couple of Collingwood boys, and the kids were asking him a whole bunch of questions. And one of the kids said, "Oh, what position do you play in? Or what's your favorite position?" And then both of them were like, "Oh, I'm just a backman."
Yeah, and then you're like, and
that's the wording I picked up.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, you'll notice that with everything now.
I see it a lot.
Yeah.
When people talk like that, you go, "You're just a backman."
And you
really?
think,
So what? Did you?
Did they notice that they said that?
No way.
And they don't. No, they had no idea.
They're like, "Oh, I'm just playing the back pocket. I just play on the back flank." Like, "Oh, really? You play on the back flank for one of the most powerful clubs in the country, playing AFL at the highest level?"
Yeah.
Is that what you just do?
That's not that bad. Wait till you see when people do it with themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I know a guy who I used to work with, and he used to answer the phone. He used to make a call out, and he used to say, like, if his name was George, for example, he would say, "Oh, hi, so-and-so, it's just George."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, just? Like, why are you playing yourself down?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And you start to notice the unconscious language pattern.
Yeah, that's what I've started to notice. And when you say
That doesn't go away.
where,
It doesn't go away, dude. It just, you start to notice it more.
well, I'm kind of glad that I pick it up now, because at least if my kids ever speak like that, or even my wife, I can actually bring them up on that and say, hey, don't talk like that. That's negative talk, self-talk.
See, that's the thing with awareness. You don't know what you're not noticing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe I pick up a lot more.
Yeah. Maybe you're missing amazing things walking from here to Glenda's.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to check that out now.
Yeah. You could be saying good morning to someone in Coles.
Absolutely. Make their day. There was I don't know if this is true or if it was just a story, but someone was like, they had mental illness and they were walking down the street in New York or something like that. And if no one looked at them and smiled, they were going to go kill themselves when they got home. Jesus. All right. Yeah, it was something dark like that. I can't remember if it was a real thing or if it was just in a movie or something like that. And as it turned out, someone smiled at them and then they didn't go ahead with the deed. But who knows? Maybe your smile, maybe your g'day, maybe your hello could change someone's life. Or just change a mood for a second there. Because I was actually pretty sick when this happened, as in I was just feeling under the weather. And this person walked past. I just went to Coles to go buy some Nurofen or something like that, some Lemsip. And then walking back to my car, feeling a bit crummy, and she said hello. And I was like, "Oh, feel a bit better. Thanks for that." So that was cool. I've got, at the moment, I'm working. And I was talking to you about this the other day. And I was saying I've got key staff are going on annual leave, and also one's resigned. So literally almost 50% of the company is going away, and all office-based, mind you. So I'm finding myself that I'm really, really busy. But you know what else I'm finding? Is that I'm really, really fucking efficient. And I'm really good at what I'm doing. I'm doing the work of 3 people at the moment, myself included. And then soon it's going to be 4. And I've already got the plan. I'm already ahead of schedule. I've already got everything just ready to go. And I feel like when I knew this moment was coming, I thought, fuck, how am I going to do it? I'm going to have so much work, I'm not going to be able to breathe. But now I'm like, I got this.
Now you're like,
and I'm going to, is this all?
What the fuck are these guys doing all day?
Yes. That brings me back to my next point. That's what I want to talk to you about. What have they been doing all day?
I don't know. Open the door. Let's ask.
Yeah.
Let's get them in here now.
Get them in here. Get them on the cast. It just leads to other questions in my head. Okay. And every other business owner thinking this right now, or going through this, or thinking, oh, what are my employees actually doing? How much more could they actually do? Now, there's a couple of avenues I look at it. Number one, it's not their business. They're never, ever going to work as hard as I do, nor do I expect them to. That's the first thing. They don't own it. They're not getting the benefit. They're not getting a whole range of things out of that. Number two is it's not so much to say, well, look at what they're not doing, but how can it be more efficient for them to get more done in the day? Because I know they can do more. So what's the roadblock? What's the reason they're not?
Yeah, I think as a leader in your business, you've got some level of obligation to drive these people. Like you do, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And if you are casual and you're just like, well, like, you know, it's okay, we're making money, we're profitable. Like, and I think that's not a good leader, because you're actually not allowing these people to live up to their potential because you won't lead them. And some people need to be led.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
And some people need to be driven, and some people need that level of guidance. And I feel like you're failing as a leader if you don't maximize people's potential for them, not for you. Dude, they're only going to work for you for so long.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what I mean? I always say, anyone who's ever worked for us or with us, I always say, our aim is for you to, you're going to leave here one day. I don't know if it's going to be in 3 months, in 3 years, in 30 years. I don't know. But one day, you're not going to work here. It might be in 100 years. You're going to die. Exactly. You're going to be gone. My aim is when you leave this company, for whatever reason you leave, to leave, you left better than when you came. You know what I mean? You left better than when you came, and you left the company better than what it was like when you came. It's just a win-win.
Yeah.
But I feel like people don't do that.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Without a doubt, they don't do that. It's harder, first of all.
Oh, fucking
Second of all, it's also time consuming. So they'd be like, if I have to invest time in to do that. It's too much effort. So there's roadblocks for them to do that initially, but the payoff is massive. So I've been thinking about it. I'm going to see how the next sort of 3 to 4 weeks go with myself and doing everything for everyone, plus my own work, plus other shit I've got going on. And I'm going to look at it and go, okay, well, if I'm this efficient and if I'm this good and this is everything I'm doing, well, how can I translate that to the team so that they can also be efficient at what they're doing?
I thought you were going to say I'm going to change the locks.
Yeah,
that's just change the office locks. Yeah, and sit there, take it easy, boys.
That's it. Thanks.
Jobs have been taken.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
thanks for coming. Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see how that folds out, because I know they're all really good employees. You know, I see the skills. They've got the skills. They've got the drive. They've got the ability. So it's not an ability thing. It's more just maybe they need a bit more guidance as far as time management's concerned. So some of them may not know, okay, how do I prioritize the right things at the right time?
So attitude is right?
I think attitude's okay. Attitude is good. I think the loyalty's there. Like, everyone enjoys the job too.
What do you look for in an employee?
I'd want someone that I can work with, in the sense that if I'm going to hang out with you for 10 hours a day, like, be a good bloke. I can teach skill. I can't teach attitude.
Yeah, but hold on. So what if they're like, because there's people that could be very good at their role that you might not get along with.
Look, I've had employees like that in the past that were very quiet and just sat there.
Like that's not a bad person.
No,
but we just
that's
don't,
totally
like,
fine.
They're not going to come out to lunch, and they're going to sit there and have their own lunch.
And I've got no issues with that. No issues with that. But when I say get along with, I get along with that person. You know what I mean? It's more, I wouldn't want someone to come in and disrupt the culture and disrupt what we are about and how we go about things. I think that's important, that they do fit into the culture of the business, because if they don't, they'll disrupt not just me, but everyone around them. And then it's like they can lead to more issues down the track, as good as they might be technically at their role. So
fit's, I think, one of the biggest.
Yeah. So I look at that first, because I can teach skill. Like, if you don't know how to do something, I can teach you how to do it. And then I can show you how to be competent at it. I can give you the systems, the processes. This is how we do it. Happy if you think you can do it better, tell me. And then if it's good, we'll implement it. If not, go back to doing it my way. So I can teach skill, but attitude, I think, is a little bit harder to teach. You either have it or you don't. Initially, anyway. Because I'm in the process now of looking to employ someone. You know, I'm looking to employ a new PA at the business. And my first round of people have come through, and I've got to also be mindful of my time, because I'm time poor at the moment. So I don't want to spend 3 hours, an hour with each person in the office going through that application going, oh, you were a good fit. Like, no, let's do a 15-minute desktop interview. I'll review your resume first of all. Then, hey, let's jump on a Zoom, jump on a phone call. Let's have a quick 15-minute question back and forth. And then if after that I think you're a good fit, then yeah, I'll invest a bit more time and we can take it from there and see if you're going to be fit for the purpose.
Recruiting is an essential skill.
Yeah, and again, when was the last time you did a course on recruiting? You know what I mean? At anyone, you're not taught. How do you employ the right person?
Read a book called Top Grading.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Read a book called, just purchased the other one, pretty sure it's the same guy, or someone like his brother or his dad or something, same surname. It's called Who.
Who? WHO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like an owl.
Yeah.
Not who, but WHO question.
Yeah.
It's called Who. And it's all about getting them right. Who is the next person we need to hire?
Yeah.
There's supposedly another great book called Who Not How.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yeah, no, Who Not How.
Yep.
So it's not like, how do we do this? It's who do we need to do this?
Yep.
And
so there's some educational routes that you can take for sure.
100%. Self-education, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the self-education industry is the biggest growing industry?
Why do you think that is?
Why?
Mm-hmm. I've got a theory.
Why do I think the self-education industry is the most growing industry? A couple of reasons. I think as time passes, we're starting to notice more and more that the successful people aren't coming from the traditional educational route.
Yep, without a doubt.
And I think that's driving a lot of people. I think people are starting to realize that what they learned in school is not what's getting them what they want.
Without a doubt.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's just as time passes, we're starting to learn that more and more, and people just are starting to have knowledge is so accessible right now.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, for sure.
Knowledge
so accessible, so easy,
dude.
So easy. You couldn't go and learn how to speak Japanese 30 years ago without going to a school.
Yeah, or going to Japan.
Going to Japan or getting a tutor.
Yeah, there you can do it online. You can go to YouTube.
I had a long-time family friend just drop past the office the other day. He was walking past and he goes, just randomly walked in, and his missus is from somewhere. She speaks Spanish. And
she's from somewhere.
She's from somewhere overseas. The family speaks Spanish. He's going over there. I go, can you speak it? And he's like, he goes, yeah, I'm all right. He goes, I've been listening to this this book online. He goes, he does heaps of driving for his work. So he just listens to that. And he just repeats things and says it. And now he can talk. He can have a proper conversation in Spanish. Fuck, it's cool.
Just from listening.
Just from listening and driving everywhere. So
you're going to have an appetite for it though.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Why do you want to self-educate? Like, are you happy just playing PlayStation all day?
PlayStation's pretty good.
It's fun. Is it going to get you that Lambo? Or is it going to get you that life that you want? Or whatever you want to do, the holidays, anything. Is it going to give you fulfillment? Most of the time, not.
No,
most of the time, not. You know, as fun as it is, most of the time it's not going to do what it needs to do for you. And I think you're bang on with all three of those points that you made. All three.
Is there anything you want to add?
No, you pretty much. I would have said the exact same stuff. Would have said the exact same stuff with all the reason why that space in that area. And look, I mean, even,
dude, there's nothing.
Do you think our society is driven, like there's pressures for success and to be rich and all that sort of stuff, and famous now with, being Insta famous? Because once upon a time, the only way you were famous is if you were a music star or a movie actor. Then social media came along, and then all of a sudden you can become famous just from having 1 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
There's no longer that fame of being specific to an industry.
It's not.
It's accessible to anyone.
It's not as
music. Anyone can be a musician now. They just have to upload a song onto Spotify, and the market will tell you if it's good or not. How many musicians over the years now have just been made by loading their own music up instead of going through a production company or record labels, all that sort of shit? They go, no, here's my music.
YouTube started that.
Was it YouTube?
Yeah, a lot of people started to
Justin
the whole thing around.
Justin Bieber was like that, actually. He loaded
and I think Soulja Boy had set the path for a lot of people in the sense of like showing them how to start to
Yeah.
get traction without waiting for someone to find
That's right.
you.
You didn't have to go, because before you used to go, send your tape.
You have to go to a label,
Send your tape to the labels. They listen to it. If they don't like it, they throw it in the bin. And it's like, but they decide. That's an individual person going, no, this song is shit. But if you put that same video, that same thing back up on the online, and it blows up and everyone loves it and they're using it in their shorts, in their reels, and anything, whatever they're using, and you just become a huge hit overnight. So do you think the pressures in Western culture are that you need to be successful, you need to have the house, the car, the Lambos, the boats, the yachts? Do you think that is contributing as well to people wanting extra growth and success?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. Because if you look at, say, I'm going to use Greece, for example. And so my family are from villages in Greece. And you go there and you see the people, young and old, like, they're just living their best life. Sitting under a tree, drinking coffee on the beach. Like, it's simple. They're happy. They don't need to go out. They don't work 30-hour days. You know what I mean? They don't go out there and work to the bone. They'll do their 3, 4, 5 hours a day. They go have a siesta at night. They come back out and enjoy their in the afternoon. Come back, enjoy their life again. And it's like, are they winning at life, or are we? I mean, it's subjective, but
100% subjective.
Yeah.
It's always, if you feel like you're winning, you're winning. That's true.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about how you feel. The billionaire who's depressed is not winning.
Yeah.
The broke person who's happy every morning is winning.
Yeah.
It's all about how you feel. That's the reality.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, what are you doing? What's your purpose? What are you driving towards every day? Because if you don't have anything, like me personally, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, to wake up every day and just sit there and be like even during, COVID was fun for me. And and even during that, there was points where it was like, what the fuck's next? Like, what are we doing, man? Like, this has been ages now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just don't know. And I was playing PlayStation, living with mates, like, we're doing nothing. I was doing nothing, getting paid, time off work, doing nothing. Just, I was at my peak of Call of Duty. At my peak.
Do you look at that time now, looking back, and go, fuck, that was a waste of time?
No.
You know? Because if you knew, like, if you started what you're doing now back then.
Yeah, hindsight's a beautiful thing.
I know.
But no, I don't. I look back and I think that was a time,
At least you did it. Like, you got to experience that. You know what I mean?
No, I just think that was a time where the world was in... the world was shook, dude.
Yeah.
The whole world was shook. No one knew what the fuck was going on. And how lucky was I to be stuck with, like, two of my closest mates, to be stuck in the house with two of them. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, even if you had a day where you were feeling flat, I could walk out and be like, hey, man, like, you know what I mean? And they would be like, get out. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you're with your mates, dude. Like, that was, to me, that was the biggest blessing.
What if you're on your own?
Yeah, I feel like it would have been a very different...
Because there are people like that too, that were on their own.
Yeah.
Mate, like I said, now you're living on your own at the moment. Imagine COVID had hit at that stage.
Yeah, but now...
I know, your next level.
I would just knuckle down, focus. I'd come out, I'd probably be a billionaire.
Maybe
I would probably, I would just...
another COVID then.
100%.
We need to lock it in.
I wouldn't know what else to do. I would not know what else to do with all my time. I would just feel like, all right, cool. Stack of books, grab them.
Well, I missed out on that PlayStation period. Maybe I'll just, when it happens again, just knuckle down and just go deep on PlayStation.
It was fun.
There you go.
It was fun. But yeah, I look back at... how did I get onto that?
Society pressures, all that sort of jazz. As in for self-education.
Yeah, but you know what? I did, in that time as well, I did read a lot as well. Like, I smashed through some books. Who now teach you how much books I've been smashing through?
Yeah. 10 pages a day.
Yeah, the society pressure. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do what the people do in Greece. I feel like I would just, eventually I'd get bored.
No, if that's all you knew, I think you would be fine with it.
Yeah, but it's not. So,
now it's not. Yeah. Now it's not.
So it's like, I couldn't, right now, I couldn't, like, I'd do that for like, I don't know, a few months and then be like, all right, what's next? I feel like I need something to do. I don't know, what is that? Like, is that like ADHD? Is that like, what is it? Yeah, I mean, it feels like nah, man, I'm not gonna, like, I don't know. I hate wasting time so much. I got a timer in my shower. Not fucking around.
Not fucking around.
I've got a timer on my desk.
For what?
Because when I want to get shit done, I put like set, depending on what the task is I'm going to do. Like, okay, cool, this is 30 minutes. Okay, cool, 30 minutes. You know,
Is that one of those circular things that you see?
I've seen if I can get this done in 30 minutes. Because then when you don't do it and you're like, 30 minutes just went by, what the fuck was I doing? What the fuck was I doing? Man, I've liked some photos on Instagram. What else have I done? Like, that's all I've done? You know what I mean? 30 minutes has gone by. Okay, cool. It creates a real level of awareness around time and how you're spending it. Do you know what I mean? Yep. It makes it real. Because all of a sudden, the thing went up again. And then the thing went off again. And then you're like, man, I have not gotten anything done. It's been 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Or
underestimated how long this was going to take.
Look, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. We do that a lot, yeah? Oh, yeah, I can do this, and that. Do you know what I mean? And that's something I test with my employees as well. Okay, you're doing that. What's your ETA? And I do it for them. Because 95% of the time, it's going to take them longer than what they estimate. But I do it for them because I want them to see, like, this is not a 20-minute task. This is a 90-minute task. You need to understand that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because you need to know what you're capable of doing.
Yep.
And when I hold you accountable for not doing enough, I need to know what you're capable of doing.
That's right. And that's what I found, again, with some of my employees of late, is I would ask tasks of them, which I know take, as you said, 30, 90 minutes, whatever it might be. And this is coming back to something specific. I was asking one employee, I said, oi, have you done this? I need you to do this by week's end. And it wasn't done by week's end. Then Monday, I'll do it first thing Monday. Said, okay, that wasn't the mission.
Yeah.
Told you Friday. So then I sent an email on the weekend. I said, the moment you read this email, you stop everything you're doing, everything short of an emergency, and you work on this until it's finished. Okay? I didn't follow up on purpose. 3 o'clock, have you done it? No.
No.
I said, okay. He goes, but he said this. I didn't say it. I said, okay. He goes, I won't leave until I do. Okay. If you're here till 9 o'clock at night, so be it. That thing needs to be done. Because I said to the owner, they're going to have it tomorrow. All right, so you make me look like an idiot, you're in trouble. Regardless, I knew it was a good 2 to 3 hour task that he had to do. And it was a pain in the ass, I get it. Regardless, had to be done.
Yeah.
The more you put it off, it doesn't get shorter in time.
Yeah.
Right? It just gets more severe because I'm going to get shitty, and also the deadline is approaching. You cram study. And then something else is going to pop up in the future, and you'll be like, oh, holy shit, how do I can't do this now. But I wanted to have that example there so I can show him. I said, listen, that is the exact reason why you need to do this. You need to start planning your days better. You need to prioritize what work needs to be done in order for things to get done throughout the day. And I said to him, you've done all this now. Cool. I'm going to load you up with more. It's coming. I've got 2 jobs starting in August, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of work. If you're still working on projects you should have finished in July, then that's a fucking problem. So that's where that was at. And I want to have that conversation when pretty much everyone's back from annual leave. I'm going to sit them all down and say, cool, team meeting. I'll get even the guys on site back in the office. So we'll have a big team meeting. Say, guys, this is what we need to do moving forward. And then everyone understands, I'll have clear KPIs for them. I said, I'm going to be watching and monitoring this. You need to be efficient with what you're doing. I don't expect you to be me, but I expect a high level. I expect excellence.
You should create scorecards.
How's that work?
So basically you set, like, it's like a series of KPIs for the role. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you are a project manager, the expectation is that you manage, at any given time, you are managing X amount of dollars in value worth of projects. Yep. You complete a minimum of X projects. Do you know what I mean? And you're setting this, like, it is basically, this is what we expect of you weekly, monthly, yearly, quarterly. This is the expectations.
Yeah.
This is your scorecard. If you don't meet these, it means you're not fucking doing your job properly.
Yeah.
Obviously, that has to be realistic.
Yeah, for sure.
Not like goals, scorecard.
Yeah, I like this. I like this idea.
Yeah, yeah.
It's something that I'll look at developing, I think, over the next, for the next quarter, probably the last quarter.
I'll send you a
of the year.
template.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. Because it would be very good for them, more so than me. I get the benefit of it, obviously, but it'll be good for them to be able to go through that and be efficient and go, cool, this is what I need to tick off. This is like how we win the game.
Yeah.
How we win the game this year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they for them, they start to, and then you change it over time. Like this, because obviously employees start to do more work and
Become better.
They become better. They learn more. Blah blah blah. And then you change it. You adapt it over time. You revisit it in every 6 months. You say, cool. Is this still relevant? Oh no, you're doing more than this. Okay, cool. Let's set your because you're now a senior position, whatever it might be. Let's set the thing to this now. This is what we expect of you. With that comes whatever remuneration or whatever it might be. But do you know what I mean? It's clarity. It's like, cool. This is what you're getting graded on. You know what I mean? There's no, I feel like you're not doing a good job. It's you either are or aren't. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one. Bang on. Like we do KPI reviews with everyone, but I think that's a little bit different. That's the review post and also setting what they are. But I like the scorecard idea.
Yeah.
This is the expectation of your role and what I think you need to be doing during your week. This is your weekly scorecard.
This is what we expect.
This is your monthly scorecard. This is your quarterly scorecard.
Yeah, it's like, did you meet whatever it was for the month?
Yeah.
Did you do that? Okay, you haven't done it. Why? Whatever it might be. Another thing, speaking of employees and the amount of work they can handle, I'm 54 days. 54? Which was 54 days into 75 hard at the moment. And I put up a post a while back saying about how I'm going to the gym, like training twice a day. So like gym in the morning and something in the afternoon. I've been going to this recovery place almost every day now as well. I'm cooking my own food. I never used to cook before. So I'm cooking my own food. And I'm still doing everything else I used to do. So like building 2 businesses, work full time, working nonstop, reading more than ever. More than I've ever. You
enjoying it? The reading?
Yeah, I'm reading some cool books. Like I'm currently reading Gary V's.
Good book so far?
It's interesting. Yeah. Don't listen to the audiobook and read it.
Oh, you don't reckon?
Nah, because he just goes on tangents on the audiobook.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. And then you got to wait for him to finish his... listen to it, but I wouldn't try and follow because I'm going off script here, guys. And then he just like rambles on, and then it's hard to read and follow because he misses words. He's not a good reader.
Yeah. Self-confessed.
Yeah, he says that. Yeah. Mispronounces words, like says something else in the book. Yeah, but because that's what I was trying to do. But yeah, getting all that done, and I was like, what the fuck was I doing before? Like, what was I doing before? How was I only getting so much done before?
Even with me now, I'm thinking that same thing.
Yeah, do you know what?
I'm so busy.
Parkinson's law is a real thing.
Oh, explain Parkinson's law, please.
So Parkinson's law states that a job will be completed in the time allocated to it. So if I give you 3 hours to do this, it'll take you 3 hours. But if I all of a sudden push it to 2, you're probably going to do it in 2. Now, within reason.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to do a 2-hour job in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But if I give you a 2-hour job and give you 4 hours, you'll end up taking 4 hours to do it. Do you know what I mean? And that comes back to the whole you're leading your employees. You need to start to understand, okay, cool. You need to understand the work and how long it takes. Do you know what I mean? You need to be able to look at this and say, cool, writing this level of copy shouldn't take you that long.
Which most business owners would know because they would have done what they're employing their people to do.
Yeah, sometimes, not always.
Yeah, a lot of the time though.
But you need your ability. You reckon a lot of the time?
I think so. Unless I'm hiring a marketing role, which I've never done.
Yeah, but I don't know. I reckon.
So I've done most of the roles in construction.
Yeah, but I reckon there's a lot of businesses where they are business people and they haven't done. Like I know someone who runs a panel shop.
Yeah,
has no idea how to panel beat cars, no idea how to spray paint up.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's good. Good on you, dude. Like that's just you're good at business. You hire the right people. You get the right people under you. You know, I need a guy who can paint and a guy who can.
Let's say in most cases, however,
I'd say most cases.
That's right. Most cases, the person that owns the panel shop has been a panel beater at some time in their life.
Well, most people who go into business go into it based on their skill set.
That's right. That's what I mean. So that's why I make the assumption that you've probably done that role before and know how long it takes. Like the whole concept of, I used to get, if you are lucky enough to be an apprentice at Pascon, you will sweep like you've never swept before. And that's not because I'm trying to get slave labor out of you. It's because you need to understand how long it's going to take you to sweep a floor. Because one day you are going to have laborers, apprentices, people beneath you or below you on the hierarchy of things. And you're going to know that sweeping this room will take you 4.5 minutes. And if it takes someone 3.5 hours, you know they're fucking around. Do you know what I mean? So what I mean, it's not, sweeping's a metaphor, right? It can be any task. Whatever that task is, as mundane as it is.
So do you feel like you need to be able to do every task in the business?
Me personally? No, I don't.
Not in the sense of now.
I think as a junior, I'm talking from a junior perspective. So you need to learn the fundamentals without a doubt. You know, when I'm coaching football, for example, we want to teach the kids how to kick, mark, handball. Right? They're the fundamental things of the game. If you get those 3 things right, but you're going to be.
They have to do that.
They have to do it, yeah. But I'm saying, even from the perspective of, you're not always going to be just a supervisor, just a carpenter, just a labourer. You're going to progress in your career. Working for me, you will anyway. Otherwise, most of the time, you probably won't work here. But you're going to progress in your career. So you're going to need to know how to do a lot of the fundamental things in order for you to then be able to supervise others, to teach others, to show others, or just to know when someone's taking the piss in any aspect of doing some work. That's why I like to give a lot of experience and exposure to many elements of construction to the guys working, because, like, you know, one day they're a carpenter apprentice, but I'll get them to build a retaining wall, or I'll get them to work in with the steel fixers, or I'll get them to go and run some pipes with the plumber. Like, go help the plumber today. Like, learn what they're doing. So then that way, one day you know how hard that work is, or how easy that work is, or how long it should take someone to do. And you get that experience and that appreciation and knowledge base for that. So I can tell all my employees, like when I'm writing these scorecards, I already know what I'm going to put on it. I know what they need to be doing each week because I've done everything they've done before and going to do it soon. But I've done all of that. And now I can say, cool, these are your tasks. This is what you need to be doing on a week by week basis.
Yeah. And I think if you can load that up, you'll find they'll probably do more.
Yeah. And that's what I want to put the pressure on them, to see how far they can actually go with it. Maybe it's a sink or swim scenario. Maybe some of them will hate it. But then I go, cool, maybe you're not the best fit for the company.
That's interesting, yeah. Some people just hate change. Like, oh, they're doing this now.
I think a lot of people resist it.
I recently read a book called Blue Ocean Strategy. Good book.
You were telling me about that, I think. Was that a hard read, did you say?
Blue Ocean Strategy? No. It's a good book.
Yeah.
Hard read, I was probably talking about top grading.
Yeah.
More recently.
Yeah.
And they talk about so Blue Ocean Strategy is all about changing the way you operate so that you're not competing anymore. You know, red ocean, blue ocean.
Yep.
Right? And it's like everyone's competing in the red ocean. How do you create something that's blue ocean? That's what the whole book's about, that. But then in the book, it gives you concepts of to change something. Like you come up, okay, this is how you come up with it, but it doesn't just stop there. It's like, okay, now this is how you influence all the different people in the business to buy into it.
Mm.
And it actually teaches you or gives you a framework for how to get your employees to buy in. And I found that really interesting because you've worked in big corporations.
Yeah.
And you've seen what can happen on the floor level. Like, fuck these managers. Do you know what I mean? They don't know what the fuck's going on. You know, they have no idea. You know, all problems start at the top.
Yeah.
All problems start, you know what I mean? It's like, and you feel a level of disconnect, kind of like us versus them.
Yeah, we had that massively at one of the companies where
that was huge.
It was the site guys versus the office guys.
Yeah.
Right, eh? It was massive. Oh, look at you site guys all look nice and warm in your office while we're out here doing everything. Oh, look at you fuckers, can't even read plans and making mistakes everywhere that we have to fix up and find money for, you know?
Dude, massive. Even when I was working at Mercedes, that was a massive thing.
Yeah, the yard and the front of sales.
Yeah, dude. As soon I was like, when I was in the
Cross over to
workshop,
dark
yeah, they're like, no, you're done. That's
side,
it. You're one of them now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, it's me. What do you mean? Like, come on, man, help me out. Like, and they're like,
Hook
no,
your brother up.
you're one of them. That's it. They're like,
That's
I couldn't
fun.
believe it, dude. And
That
I was
is
like,
hilarious.
wow, like that's full on. Like that's a bad culture. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it was really interesting to see the concepts they share and how do you get the base level employees to buy in so that they don't feel like, because it fully explains it. Like they probably think their job's about to get replaced. Do you know what I mean? And I've been in that position where you think, what the fuck's going on here? And then you you got Seek on your phone. You start looking at what opportunities are available because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. And all you know is, I need a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I've got rent or bills, whatever it is. And that's the employee mindset. And I feel like we can get too far away from that. Like, you forget that. You forget that. I can, had I not read it in the book, I would have never thought about that feeling ever again in my life. But when I read it, it just reminded me of, oh yeah, that's what it was like that. I've had those thoughts. Everything they're explaining here, I've felt that way. I would never have thought about it now, but when they gave the example, I was like, oh.
Yeah, interesting.
I think we forget that people still think like that. Like, you know how you think everyone thinks like you? Or like everyone, no, not in the sense of everyone thinks exactly like me, but like, this is the world I live in. And it's like, kind of like what I was saying to you the other day, like, how can you guys not do this? Like, this is simple.
Yeah.
But then you expect them to think like you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's simple for you. Doesn't mean it's
Simple for them.
And I feel like we can really be disconnected from that. You know?
Yeah. So what would you do to combat that then? Like with that problem you had the other day? As far as, you had that, you thought something was easy for your employees, which they, they made a mistake on. A simple mistake. Even I thought it was simple and I'm not in your space. How do you then correct that? Like, do you come down on them with like a ton of bricks? Many people would. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? This was the dumbest mistake. I've told you not to do this.
I don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think
I've
that
had
works.
people come down on me like that.
Yeah, me
doesn't
too.
work because you just leave saying, fuck this guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Or it's, you'll either be like, fuck this guy, I'll do it, I'm out of here. Or you'll do it out of fear. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, boss, I didn't mean to, I won't do it again. Yeah, please.
Then what sort of person are you building?
That's right.
Yeah, you build a pleb who's going to operate from a place of fear.
Yeah, that's right. I used to be like that. I used to operate like that when I first started in construction. I had a boss that was exactly the epitome of that. But he used to do this to fully grown men, mind you, and I was just a grat. I was just fresh out of uni, and he was doing it to me. But then he used to do it to fully grown men that have been in the industry for 30, 40 years. He would break them down, and they'd be like nervous speaking to him. Whereas I took the other, like it made me tough too, though, in the same token, because it only, after a little while, I started to not get used to it, but understand the game a bit better. So I felt that he was being cruel to be kind, to toughen me up, because I was probably a bit soft in that space.
Purposefully?
Yeah, but he was just like that regardless to anyone.
So he wasn't doing it purposefully?
I don't think he was doing it purposefully, but that's how I took it, because I kind of got the lesson out of it. Oh, cool. I'm going to deal. I realized that he's not unique. There are people like that, like him in the industry. So if I can deal with him and he's the worst of the worst, then I can deal with anyone. So after a little while, I stopped getting nervous and started to handle it better. Like until it was actually one day when specifically he was going off at me for something. He was saying, he calls me up on the phone. I was like, why the fuck have you not installed these lights here? I told you they needed to be done. I've waited. This is a simple task. It's a fucking 3-hour job. All they had to do was install these lights and we'd be done off this area. And I was like, I won't say his name. Let's call him Paul. So Paul, I said, do you want me to come up and install 3 fucking lights? Or do you want me to stay here and do this where I need to watch this bloke in case he doesn't fucking kill himself? Because if you want, and we need to get this done by the end of the day, otherwise we have to close this whole area down. So do you want me to do this, or do you want me to come and plug 3 fucking lights in? And he's like, oh, okay, George, you got it under control? Yes, I've got it under control. They're coming tomorrow. The Sparkies are coming tomorrow. They're going to put it in. He's like, okay, great, good work. He just wanted to see I had it under control, right? And then he left me alone.
Yeah. That's poor leadership.
It is, but it's also, that's how he was. But in order for me to be a good
Why
leader,
don't you justify that?
No, I was actually a better leader than him because I was able to adapt and change how I was reacting to him to get the desired result in the end. And then he left me alone because he saw, okay, George has got this under control. I'm going to leave him alone. I'm going to go yell at someone else. So I handled that situation. But that's what he was like. All right. And I handled that situation. He was like real slave driver type boss. Crack the whip, slaves, get the shit done, or I'm going to kill you. That's what he was like. It got results. It does get results, especially in the short term. Right? Driving people from fear.
I don't know. I don't agree.
From fear, a lot of people will do a lot of stupid, will push, will work hard, will work late. I flipped the narrative and I realized I did not want to be like that growing up. Like when I progressed through in my career, I wasn't going to be that type of leader. However, I realized there's people like that everywhere. You're going to come across them. Could be a client. Could be an employee that bullies the boss. You know what I mean? You're going to come across people like that in your life. Could be a friend. Could be a friend of a friend. So I needed to be able to handle that, and I did. And I'm glad I worked with him because it made me a better employee on my journey everywhere else I was working. And also now that I'm doing my own thing. Now, if I ever cross paths with, say, I work for him again, or whatever it might be, the intimidation won't be there anymore. It'll be more like what you said the first guy, like, fuck off, man. I don't deal with this shit. No, talk to me with respect and I'll get it done.
I can't think of a single time. I've been to dude. I remember one time I did something wrong.
Yeah.
Not something stupid, something I acted out of being pissed off.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Don't regret it till this day. But it was a stab. It was a solid stab.
You stabbed?
Yeah. It was like a stab and a half. To the manager of the department in front of his manager. And in front of everyone, like group of people.
You feel part, like,
I was fucked. To me, it was like, I'm not a pleb. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and we were getting raped. Like, dude,
By?
we were getting,
by like the senior management or something.
But I'll give you some context. Yeah. So I was working Mercedes-Benz. I was a service advisor. Cars would come in, like he'd be like, yeah, man, I'm going to drop my car. It's first service, just an oil change. And he'd come in at like 7:30 a.m. And because management had things it was so out of control that I knew, like, if today was Monday and you're dropping your car off, I know for a fact that we're not going to start your car till Thursday. Yeah. Shit. And they're sitting there like, can I pick it up around midday? And I wasn't allowed to say no. I had to sit there. Yeah, I'll call you. And cars weren't going out.
Yeah.
Because the workshop was a mess and we're overbooked. And it was just, dude, it was like every single day was like ridiculous stress, chaos. It was fucked. Like people screaming at you. How the fuck's my car not ready? You can't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like we've had some guys calling sick and you have to make up all these bullshit excuses.
Yeah.
And then they took us out to dinner, like a monthly meeting. And they're like, we'll go have dinner with the front of house team. And the dealer principal is going to come. And
Is that the owner?
The dealer principal is the guy who runs the dealership.
Okay.
So the head of the dealership. And then the dealer principal asked a question and I answered it in a smart ass way that threw my department manager right under the bus.
So you started that?
No, I was at that point, I was stressed. I was like, everyone was like, man, this is out of control. And yeah, I didn't start the conversation. They were asking questions. The question specifically that was asked was something about, we don't have a plan B. Or someone was saying, we don't have a plan B when this happens and that happens. And I was like, we don't even have a plan A. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And I went to go, like, we left that night and I walk in the next morning. I see my manager walk in, get an invite, meeting 2:00. And I'm like, well, anyway, dude, walked into his office at 2:00, sat me down, him and his sub manager or assistant manager or whatever. They sat me down and dude, I don't think I've ever been yelled at like that.
No shit, huh?
I got fucking ripped through. who the fuck do you think you are doing that? Fucking, you know, it will fucking end you, blah, blah, blah. You're not going. And I was like, I don't care, mate. I'm moving to sales. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this, fuck you, fuck service. I'm going.
Did you say that to him?
You know, no, not like that. But my attitude. But I was like, dude, I'm going to sales. Like, you know, I've made up my mind. I've already spoken with the sales manager. He's happy to give me a crack. I'm going to go and I'm going to start selling cars because this is a mess.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not going to sales. And I'm like, yes, I am. I've already spoken to him. He's like, you're not going to sales. And I said, all right, whatever. Anyway, so I went back, finished my day, went for better go fucking make sure everything's good as the sales manager. I went to see him. He goes, oh, we can't take you on. And I said, why? He goes, oh, just things have changed in the department. And I just looked at him and I thought, he got to you, huh?
Yeah.
He got to you. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So I resigned.
Yeah, good.
Within 3 days.
Good.
Resigned, yeah. Fuck you. You want to play this game with me? It's not going to work.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that attitude has never put me in a position where I'm going to say, like, okay, better do what they want.
Yeah.
No fucking chat. Resigned.
Good.
Left. Went into real estate. You know what I mean? And I got out of there and I was like, and hey, best fucking thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah. Probably should have done it earlier.
I'm so glad it happened now.
Yeah.
But at the time, fuck, I was shattered.
Yeah.
I resigned. So cool.
Yeah.
Walked in, like I was watching Suits at the time. I
Yeah.
walked in from there, pulled an envelope out of my pocket like it was a subpoena.
What a suit. You were a suit? After servicing the car?
Yeah. Nah, I was a service advisor.
Bang.
I'd sit there in a suit all day. Just dropped it and suddenly,
About.
I'm out.
Did you give it to the bloke that was yelling at you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I walked into his office, said, you got a minute? Yeah. Yeah. Take that.
Yeah. Done.
He said, sit down.
He said sit down.
Yeah, he said, sit down, call the other manager. And then,
Did they try to keep you?
yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah.
After he said that?
Yeah. He's like, is there anything we can do? And I said, no. Like, that's it.
You reckon he was probably happy about that anyway?
Yeah. You know what I was happy about?
No,
The exit interview I did.
Huh?
Yeah, see the exit interview I did, dude.
Oh,
Like, you want to go down swinging, dude. I'll swing.
Yeah. You're spiteful like that.
Yeah, you want to swing and bang. I will go I went all out. I was like, is this recorded? Sick. I was like,
Before we start, can you record this?
Yeah, and I went to town on him.
Yeah.
And within 60 days, he didn't have a job there.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we were like, I was going to war with him. Like,
Yeah.
you want to do that? Let's play. Let's play. You know, I did nothing wrong by you. I was your star pupil. I was crushing it for you. I was making you so much money. I came in and ran rings out of everyone you had on that team.
Yeah.
And then you're going to throw me under the bus like that?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's your loyalty? Where's your, you know what I mean?
Where's your
Help us out,
dignity?
dude. We're getting drilled
Yeah.
for ages. This happened for months. Yeah, it wasn't like a.
But you see,
3 days.
that your manager didn't have the balls to go tell the fucking principal to say, oi, this thing's fucked. We've got to fix it.
Yeah, but I said to him, dude, block out a day. Like, block it. Don't book any cars for like 2 days.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do it. Yeah, I'm like,
it's
just
stupid.
block out a day. It's not that hard. We're fucked.
Yeah, but you're not even, this is where mistakes happen, right?
Yeah.
Well, tell me, like, where mistakes happening with the mechanics? They're fucking, how many times did this happen? Did they forget to put the oil lid on, the oil cap on the engine? Was that a common mistake?
I've seen it. Yeah. Like, no. It's
I just feel like it would happen all the time.
It's probably one of the more common. Dude, I personally have made some horrible blunders. Those.
But if you're a mechanic and you're pumped, you've got like 30 cars to do when you know this one car is going to take you all day to fix.
You know what I mean? I could do a whole episode on like dealership fuck ups. Yeah. And I swear you would never take your car to a dealership again.
I'm honestly at that point. Like
Huh?
I don't like doing it.
Dude, I saw a guy put 39 liters of oil into an engine
How is that even possible?
because it's got an automatic trigger and he set it and he forgot to thing and he got distracted with something else and he forgot all about it and it was sitting there pumping oil. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
but it would pump out at the top of it, wouldn't it?
it wasn't even full yet.
How's that
And he caught it
possible?
at 39 liters. Yeah.
How's that
So
possible?
I've seen that. I've left a wheel off a car, like left it loose, like put it on by
that's
hand.
dangerous.
Got all about it, yeah. Yeah, car took off.
Jesus.
Came back saying there's a knocking noise.
Yeah, just let me check that. Let me check. Iggy's laughing. Iggy, it was your car.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've seen.
But that's what I mean. But okay, so you look at that perspective, like servicing and maintaining a vehicle is quite an important thing. Because if that car leaves in a way that it shouldn't, it can fucking cause, like that, touch wood, that could have killed someone.
The wheel.
Yeah, if the wheel came off,
Dude.
could have killed the person in the car, or it could have hit someone as it came off and killed them.
Listen to this. I was a second year apprentice and I called in sick the next morning. I didn't know. And
what?
I didn't know the wheel was left loose. I'd left.
Oh, right.
So he came back at like 6 p.m. and I was gone. I was home. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't know. And then the next morning, I didn't want to go to work. I used to use all my sick leave. I was that guy.
Yeah, fuck, that guy.
Yeah. And then I called the manager to say I'm not going to be in. And I called him and I was like, hey. He's like, hey, where are you? And I was like, oh, I'm actually calling to say I'm not feeling well. I'm not going to be in today. And he's like, what time did you leave last night? And I was like, 4. Why? And he's like, let me call you back. I was like, okay. Anyway, I fell asleep again. And then I woke up and there was a missed call. So I called him back and said, sorry, I was at the doctor's. Yeah, listen. And then he goes, you worked on a C63 yesterday. C63, dude. You worked on a C63 yesterday. I said, yeah. He's like, wheel came off. I said, what? He goes, the wheel came off. You left the wheel loose and the wheel came off. And I said, are you sure? Like, the one I worked on, he's like, yeah. He's like, the wheel came off last night. And I'm like, he's like, when are you back in? I said, tomorrow. And he goes, okay, as soon as you come in, come see us. And I said, hey, just tell me the truth, do I have a job? He's like, as soon as you come in tomorrow, come see us.
That's all he said. He didn't say yes or no.
Dude, I was fucking straight on seek. I thought, this is it. The wheel came off the car, I'm done. Like, anyway, the wheel didn't come off. He lied, but it did come back loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have.
Yeah, very much.
But this is what I'm saying. The guys, so that whole process and that whole system was so fucked. Okay. Someone should have had the foresight to say this isn't working, but that's where leadership had failed. All right. So the principal had just gone, nah, fuck it. This is,
I'm making it. It was
no, in the sense that the principal, it's his dealership, isn't he? He's in charge over.
For him, he doesn't know that it is so far away from him. His direct respondent is the manager of that department.
Who was your boss?
Yeah, it was my boss.
Okay. So he should have had the leadership, if he's been put in that role, to go, we need to stop taking bookings for the next 2 days. Because all you're doing is you're getting a car Monday, he's not getting it back till Thursday for a fucking service. And I would lose my mind.
I think
if someone called me up and said, oi, I'm expecting the car back today. Look, maybe the next day. All right. But Thursday, I'll fucking burn your dealership down.
Someone said it. Someone's like, hey, we are under the pump. You're not going to get your car back for 2 days. And the guy flipped. And then we all and we all got pulled into the office. What are you guys doing? Yeah, like I just told him the truth. No, he's bringing in for it. You can't tell him that.
Why?
But we know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
you cannot say that to the customer.
Of course you can.
And we're like, what? Like,
so who said that? The head of the department.
Yeah.
He's a fucking idiot.
Oh, he's a fucking idiot.
He's a fucking idiot.
100%.
Surely that doesn't happen now. I mean, every time I've taken my car to get service, it's not in that place.
No, dude, we were.
They often tell me, hey, we're not with that. Actually, the opposite happens. So we have an opening on the 21st of June. So you can bring it in there, which is in 2 weeks. Yeah. Or 3 weeks.
Dude, I've worked in dealerships for 7.5 years.
Yeah.
This sort of 3-month window, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Anything. Like throughout the whole time, this was just like a one-off. And I left while it was all a mess.
Yeah.
Like I was like, fuck this, bro.
Yeah.
Got up and took off.
Yeah. And that's why we were trying to keep you, because he needed a mechanic, or he needed someone there to do that work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's poor. You've got to, you would have to, either you got to take control of that situation and go, nah, we got to start putting a schedule together and knocking people back, or saying we can't come in, until this date. Or you got to take it up the notch. Go to the next manager and say, listen, shit's falling apart here. You're going to lose a lot of money, and someone's going to sue us because we're going to destroy their car because they're overworked. They're making mistakes. It's costing us money. We look bad. What do you want to do? So
it's bad management.
See?
Bad leadership.
Yeah. Yeah. But then the person that employed that bad manager as well, who was responsible for that?
Dude, big corporations, like, you know what it's like.
Yeah, but again,
the person who
you're talking about a prestige car, a prestige car brand. You would think that, German engineered, that they're a well-oiled machine, pardon the pun. Do you know what I mean? I would expect excellence from them than what I would going to Kia. Do you know what I mean? When I'm saying that sort of stuff, I would expect a better
So
service.
you reckon, so hold on. You think when you take your car into a dealership, do you think it's worked on by a guy who's worked at Land Rover for 10 years?
No, it's probably the apprentice.
100% it's the apprentice, dude. All the service work goes to the apprentices.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. I know. I've got no doubt about it. That's like the other day I called up Land Rover to service my car. Okay? How much you reckon for a service?
For your car?
Yeah.
$750.
$3,000.
I must have been a major service.
Major service is what?
No.
Drop the oils, check maybe the brake fluid, All right.
Yeah.
What else?
Spark plugs.
Spark plugs,
Air filter. Fuel filter. Yeah.
What else?
That's
What
it.
you just-
Maybe a transmission service.
Doubt that. That wouldn't touch the transmission.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so. So what you just
all-
described
that was everything.
is $250 in parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what's the labour rate, you know?
Whatever the labour rate is, it's not that. Especially for an apprentice.
Ben's. Yeah, they don't
you know what I
reckon they sit there, oh, yeah, we're going to get an apprentice working in your car, we'll give you a discount.
Exactly.
Dude,
no, but I'm saying is they're
Ben's
putting the
charges,
apprentice.
Mercedes-Benz charges now $300. When I was an apprentice, I think it was $209 an hour labour rate. Now it's like 300 and something.
Yeah.
It was like $209. You know how much they'll pay me? $7.40. Do you know how they charge you like 1.5 hours to do a service? I do a service in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're charging $300 in labour and they're
Plus parts and material.
they're paying
all
like
that sort of
$6.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good business. Like a bar dealership.
But
Yeah.
so I mean, that example, think about that in your business. Now that you guys are listening to this, where are there areas in your business that aren't running well? And you can see it. Maybe your team's not happy. Maybe shit's happening all the time, that mistakes happening. I was coaching this guy a little while ago and he had this employee that he knew was a bad egg. He knew he kept fucking up. He wasn't pulling his weight. Other employees were getting upset because of him. Good employees were getting upset because of this guy's action, and he was a senior manager at the business. And you could see it. He's like, oh, but I'm so busy. I'm this. I need him. No, he's cancer. He's causing you huge issues and it's going to blow up across your business because of him. Then he's just going to leave and go somewhere else for more money anyway. He's got no loyalty to you.
And
He's
just
showing
leave-
that in his
leave a
actions.
fucking mess.
He's showing that in his actions now. And then your employees are looking at that and going, well, if they accept that standard, well, why am I busting my balls when he's accepting him doing that shit?
I've done that.
There you go.
I'm that. And if I said like, why would I do this? If no one here is going to do this, why would I do this?
Why would you go bend over backwards? The boss can't even control his shit.
Yeah.
So control your shit, guys. If you are the head of the ship, if you are the one driving it, then take control. Be the leader.
That's one of the hardest things to do.
It is. And you might not be, well, yeah, but
The employee
business
thing.
isn't easy.
No, the employee thing, like the knowing, deep down, because you will convince yourself that they just need more time. Or
Yep.
they're very nice.
Yeah.
Or,
I've done that too.
oh, dude,
I've done that
fuck, I still do it to them
I've
now.
done that too. Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah. And this is the thing. Like I employ family in my business as well. So you build close relationships with the ones that aren't family. I've got friends that are working for me now. So that's where the blinds can be blurred sometimes. And the other day it's like, I was going through my Amex because at the moment my PA has resigned. I'm now doing a lot of the reconciliation for the credit card. So I'm seeing every single invoice. I always did anyway, but now I see it in more depth. And I'd noticed that the guys, and this is just little things, yeah? And not that I lose sleep over this stuff, but I'm seeing a lot of coffees on the Amex, right? A lot of cafe invoices, right? And I was adding them up. It was like there was $150 worth of coffees in a month. I'm like, what the fuck? Sent an email out to the guys to all the employees that have Amexes in the company. Said,
Oh, do you give everyone an Amex?
most people, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Same account?
Yeah, same.
Oh, you can do like employee card stuff.
Yeah, you get 99 of them
Oh,
for
shit.
free. They
Wow,
don't charge you for it.
I had no idea.
There you go. Learned it here first.
There you go.
What was I saying? Yeah, $150 worth of coffees on the business account. Is that hi all? Just a reminder that the Amex is to be used for business purchases and not coffees and food outside of this. Like, I'm not here to buy your fucking coffees and food whilst you're doing that and eating. And, part of me was like, oh, I don't want to say that. I sound like a tight ass or, don't want to sound mean. I don't want to do this. Like, no, like it's easy spending other people's money. Do you know what I mean? Guys, this is a business. It's not a charity. If you want to buy a coffee because you feel like a coffee, use your fucking money. I will shout everyone every time I go out. Friends, family, whatever. That's in me. But that's me using my money, giving it to you. When you take, that's a different story. Don't have that level of expectation. Oh, the company can just pay for this. The company can just pay for this. No. Bring it in, because today it's a coffee. Tomorrow it's...
Yeah, you got to draw the line.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's, I deserve this new drill because mine broke.
Or worse. I wouldn't buy a coffee, but since the company can pay for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's that level of entitlement that goes, it's not about the dollar, the $5 coffee. It's not about that at all. It's about what that represents. And sometimes when you are that close with your employees or whatever it might be, like, oh, cool, I'll let this one go. I don't want to rattle cages or anything like that. I'd rather give them, I'd rather take everyone out once a month and spend $1,000 than them buying coffees every now and then. Do you know what I mean? If that makes more sense. Because that's me rewarding, that's me doing this. I'd rather give them bonuses, whatever it might be. But it has to come from us. And
or you instill a thing where you say, get as many coffees as you want, bro, the other company.
that's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And then it's like, I've given you that privilege.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And you have to draw the line with that stuff, dude. You have to be able to, because then if you don't, it festers.
Yes.
And then
you
they
put
do something else.
resentment to it.
Yeah, and then they do something else and you're like,
It's not a big deal.
huh?
It might not, they do something else that might not be a big
Yeah,
deal.
but you start to crack it
That's
over
right.
that because you've got all this festered.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, this is the guy that bought 40 copies. Do you know what I mean? This prick buy copies like he's
living the dream.
like he lives at Code Black. Do you know what I mean? And then, yeah, it's a whole rigmarole, like the whole, and dude, I'm still navigating it myself. Like I'm still learning. Like,
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And as I said, it's not that anyone was doing anything wrong. It's just that maybe that was probably my fault more than anyone else's because I hadn't really communicated that before.
yeah,
And they probably would have seen me buying coffees because for people, hey, tap, that's all right, just put it on the Amex. Or maybe I've told them, hey, go get coffees and put it on the Amex because they've got the Amex sometimes if I'm with clients. So I say, and then it's just maybe that, let's put it on the Amex this time, And then that one time has become 10 times, has become 20 times, and then all of a sudden everyone in the company is buying coffees for sites. I said,
yeah,
"Oh,
you
no."
got like a $900 coffee bill.
That's exactly what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not just isolated to one person. It's the 4 or 5 people that have cards and they're doing it across all of their sites. I'm like, guys, I'm not here to buy coffees for everyone on every job. This money is for the project to be used on the project. But that's just one small thing. But you need to be able to have that conversation. So that was my fault that I'd never actually said it. So I'd said it. And then
Then
it
you
might
can
be
just create like an Amex guideline.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is just read the guidelines for the Amex. Here's your Amex card, but these are the guidelines that we use it for.
That's right. That's exactly right.
You know, and then it's like, cool. They just say, where the fuck? Show me where it said coffee. Do you know what I mean? I must have missed it when I typed it. Show me where it said coffee.
That's it.
And yeah.
Very cool. Nice. So on that note, don't fucking use the company card for coffees.
Yeah.
It's like when you give, have you ever given like I've got a, what's it called, Officeworks card, and you give it to your employee to go buy stationery? They never let your employees buy stationery either.
Officeworks card?
Yeah, it's like an account.
Oh, no.
Anyway, don't let your employees buy stationery because they come back with like $43 highlighters and like Mont Blanc pens and like gold encrusted notepads that cost $53. You know what I mean? Like, I need this for work. No, the fucking Jumbro 30 cents
Recycled,
notepad.
yeah, recycled paper.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
So fun times.
I love Officeworks, but
That's so good, isn't it?
it's just fun. I might go there now.
We should go
What's
together.
today? Oh, yeah.
It's Friday. Open till 7. Open till 7.
Might just do that now and go buy gold. What is it? Gold
Encrusted notepad.
That's it. Well, I can't take notes any other way.
You'd be silly. But you're the business owner. You should spoil yourself.
Can I buy Amex?
Yeah. No, don't just put it on there without telling me.
Yeah.
You've got my Amex. You run all the ads. So just put it on there. I'll see.
That's yeah.
But you know what would be so
Facebook
coffee. Can you just buy coffee
you're
on
like, what?
on the Amex next time? That'd be so funny.
Okay.
Always. I wouldn't even be mad.
They'll be like, it's $5, and I'll be like, do you take can I read the card? I have the card number to you? But you know what? I'll tell you what the advantage of being an employee is.
Yeah.
5 o'clock comes, or Saturday comes, and you are in your own world.
You know, I was really good at that when I was an employee.
You weren't in your own world?
No, in the sense that when the clock stopped, I was able to put everything down, mind switched off.
Oh, yeah.
I was
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
really
you
good at
can
that.
Really, well, clock stopped.
yeah.
If my clock off time was like 5 p.m, come 3:30, I'm switched off and gone.
Oh, gee.
You know what I mean?
He's laughing.
Yeah, I know. I'm being honest.
I wasn't that bad.
Dude, when I was an apprentice, I had no sick days.
You'd be fired at Pascon.
But then ask him how I was when I became a service advisor. I had all my sick days.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing changed.
Do you know, it's funny. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then everything changed.
Mm-hmm. I was always an animal working. Like I was really busy. I was work till 7 to 5:30. It was always there early.
I would do that too, but I had this mentality of this is my entitlement, and if I don't use it, I'm going to lose it.
Oh, for the sick day stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
So like I would not be sick.
Yeah,
and it's still like I need to take my sick day.
Yeah.
Like like no, like if I favour leave, they're going to go.
Yeah,
it was like
that scarcity mindset.
Scarcity, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's almost like a poor broken mindset.
It's funny, my father-in-law was saying that this morning. He's like, he took a day off today and he's like, I'll just use the sick day today. He goes, I've got about 6.5 months worth of sick days, so I thought I'd take one. He doesn't take them. He's like the first time he's ever taken a sick day. And it was funny it's funny that we're talking about that now. But same deal, like I just wanted a day off today, so I've taken a sick day, got 6.5 months worth. He's probably going to retire.
6.5 months worth.
Yeah, he's like the guy's. That's old school wog. Never taking a day off. Do you know what I mean? Only if he has to.
Yeah, I was under the mentality of need to get your money's worth.
Mm. Yeah,
need to because I felt like I was getting to 4 nights pay. I'm 19 years old.
Yeah, driving
to work every day, like in the city. Fortnight's pay, $560.
Yeah,
that's fucking nothing.
That's.
I used to live my life
on the barrel.
What's it called when your account goes into the minus?
With
overdrawn. Overdrawn. Yeah, I used to have a $500 overdraw.
Yeah,
I used to live my life on minus 500.
How funny.
So, and if people who know me really well will remember that because my account was always like minus 497.
Yeah.
Minus, dude, every time like I get paid and I have $100 left for a fortnight.
Yeah,
I'd pay everything I have to, and I'd have bugger all left. I would just sit there like, man, I'm gonna make this last. I gotta get fuel, and that's it. And I'd buy rollies because I used to smoke. Fuck, that was it. That was my life. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't go anywhere. Couldn't.
Yeah, well, I used to have mates who, again, apprentices in the building industry. They would work the week, get paid weekly, blow all their wage on Saturday night.
I've heard a lot of people.
All their way, like drinking.
Yeah.
Like they go to the pub.
Or go to the pokies.
And no, not pokies. My mates were always, let's go to the pub or wherever they're going. And they'll fucking, come Monday, they had enough money for fuel and that's it. And they got to work and they got paid on Friday. Then bang, back the next day, just dropping money on beers, on whatever they want to spend it on. And broke by Monday. Living life to the edge.
I've done the heaps. I used to go to the pub all the
I don't think I never did that. I used to get annoyed at it. I used to get annoyed blowing my money on a night out. Does that make sense? I felt like it was the biggest waste of money when I'd go out. Like, it's okay. I didn't mind doing it every now and then, but every week I couldn't do that. It would just piss me off too much to go to zero. Because I worked hard for the money as well. And to go to zero after just for a night out, and it wasn't that good of a night out either. I used to go out every weekend too. I just didn't get smashed every weekend like some of my mates did. I used to drive a lot.
I couldn't.
Oh, really?
Money.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah. Just had the buttons be out.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to go out every weekend too. Yeah, no doubt.
Frankly, I'm thinking, what the fuck are you doing? that's my, what were you doing? I didn't even like that stuff. Why were you there? Because everyone was there.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
I cannot recall many nights about
it.
Yeah? Yeah.
No, I was do it. I'm glad I had that
I would
time.
not, you would, the odds of making me go out now is almost.
To a bar or club or something like that?
Dude, not a chance.
We're going to a pub after this.
Not a chance.
What about a pub
I'll
meal?
FaceTime you.
It's actually going opposite your house.
I'll have a pub meal.
Come actually after this.
You being serious?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you're not mucking around?
I'm not fucking around.
You invited me on the podcast. Where are you going?
Graham.
Talking about this.
Graham Hotel.
Oh, on the corner.
Literally on the corner. Well, you could get smashed and roll home.
Who you going with?
All the Pascon boys.
I'm on 75 hard.
That's all right. Just have a sparkling water with not even lime. Just have sparkling water in it and a straw.
Is Mike coming?
He is actually. Mike's going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. My man will be there. Iggy's coming too. Told me.
If Iggy goes, I'll go.
100% Iggy's going. You think he wants to go home and change diapers? His missus will throw a diaper at him when he walks home. So, where were you, Iggy? She's like, I was out with the boys. She's like, oh, interesting. I got something for you.
Catch.
Boom. Catch. So, good chat.
Not what I intended to talk about at all.
Not at all. Not at all. So funny. We were walking back to the office today and I'm like, hey, do you know what you're talking about? You go, yeah, I've got a sick topic. I'm like, cool. Didn't even touch it.
Not even.
The great thing about that is we can talk about it next week. When you tune in, as always, same time, same place, Wednesday.
And you'll get that reminder now because
Yes.
you've subscribed. Surely. I mean, surely by
now.
Yeah.
If you are listening to this and you are not subscribed,
You can see the look of disappointment. If you're not, go play this on YouTube right now just to see how disappointed. That's how he looked at me when I had the donut for breakfast. Fuck.
shit, I'll never forget that.
Why?
Honestly,
I was sick.
when you get married, I'm going to say speech at your wedding. It's going to involve that donut.
I watched him have a donut for breakfast on Saturday.
I want you, just so you know, after he did 75 hard.
Great
He did 75 hard. It doesn't look like he does now.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, he used to eat donuts for breakfast.
I would
Fuck.
I would still eat a donut for breakfast. That was a great
I
donut.
never do that, man.
I thought you were upset.
How funny, I took a photo of it the other day.
The
That
donut?
same place.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
at that same place. I took a photo of it and sent it to you. Pink donut.
It's a good donut, man.
That's it. Yeah, so you'll all get the notification because you're all clearly subscribed. You've all clearly clicked the bell. You've clicked the subscribe button. You've shared it with your nearest and dearest. Look, if you just in any scenario, you could talk about this podcast, couldn't you? If you're going to go see, if one of your friends have just had a baby and you're going to go in there and congratulate them by getting their phone, going onto Apple Podcast or Spotify and subscribing them to this podcast. And so there you go. You're welcome. You're welcome.
There's no
Changed
better
your
gift.
life.
No better gift.
Change your life. When your kid is old enough, get them to listen to this.
Yeah. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap, ladies and gents. See you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.